Oh, there you are. Hey, this is Ty Bruner, and welcome to The People We Meet. This is a show about ordinary people that have done and lived through extraordinary things. Thanks for being here, and let's get on with it. Hello, and welcome to another episode of The People We Meet. Now, today's kind of a cool episode because this is going to be the first episode where I get to talk to one of the youth in the community. This is the first episode of The Voices of the Kids. And today, I'm sitting here with Gleason Garske. He's 10 years old. He's in the 4th grade. And he does a little bowling every now and then. Gleason, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So, I'd like to get to know you a little bit. So you're in 4th grade?
Yep.
Okay. What are you liking about 4th grade these days?
Math is pretty fun. Recess is my favorite part.
Okay.
PE is pretty fun also. We get to do a lot of stuff in PE.
What are you doing right now?
Ironically, we're actually doing bowling in PE.
Oh, is that right? So where do you go to do that?
Just in the gym. We just use like 1 pound bowling balls with pins with like rice in them.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a letdown for you, isn't it?
Yeah. It's really hard.
What do you not like about 4th grade?
I hate library.
What? Really? Why?
All we do is just like sit around and do a bunch of coding and all that stuff.
Oh, so not a lot of reading, lots of coding.
Yeah, we get to check out books, but I never do that. My teacher has his own library, so I just check stuff out from there.
Teacher's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Definitely.
So what about when you go home? What kind of stuff do you like to do when you get home?
I usually go home and eat a snack. That's how I start out. And then I either go upstairs and watch TV or I go outside and just shoot some hoops.
How are we doing with homework in the 4th grade? You get much homework?
We don't actually get homework. Besides, we have to read 100 minutes in a week.
Oh.
But
what are you reading right now?
I just finished up the BFG. I survived the sinking of the Titanic today.
My daughter likes that too.
Yeah, I finished the BFG last night. I had to read 100 minutes last night.
What's the BFG?
The Big Friendly Giant by Roald Dahl.
Oh. So you liking that one?
Yeah.
All right.
It's pretty good. Right now I'm reading Nightmare King. I just started it. So.
What about your shows?
Young Sheldon is definitely my favorite.
We just finished that one.
You did?
I dig some Young Sheldon.
Yeah. I don't really watch that much shows other than Young Sheldon.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's a good one. Got a favorite movie?
I'd say also the BFG. It's a great movie.
Outstanding. Yeah. Reading the book, watching the movie.
Yeah.
You know the BFG inside and out, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So what's your main sport these days, Gleason?
Right now I'm doing football because bowling season just ended and basketball season just ended.
Oh, so you do a lot of sports.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, where'd your name come from?
I'm actually named after Steve Gleason.
Yeah.
My dad was close friends with him before he got diagnosed with ACL or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it is?
I think it's Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS.
ALS.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Same.
But yeah.
That's pretty. So that's a pretty good namesake, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know a lot about Steve Gleason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a signed jersey by him.
It doesn't surprise me. I was at a Pearl Jam concert where Steve Gleason was there and he got to pick the playlist. Thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Steve Gleason actually introduced my dad and my mom.
He did?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That was quite a while ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're kind of a bowler, aren't you?
Yeah.
You've done you've made your mark in the bowling world, haven't you? So tell me a little bit about that. What got you into bowling?
Oh, I love this story. My dad used to pick me up from my babysitter's house, and every Tuesday and Thursday, he would pick me up and grab my great grandma Sybil from her nursing home, and he would take me bowling with her, and she would just sit down with a beer and she would watch me, and that took the pain away for her and made her feel young again until she died, and then COVID hit. And Eddie, when they were redoing the floors for Lilac, Eddie was allowing me to come in and bowl. So that's how I kind of got into bowling, and now traveling around the country to do bowling tournaments.
So you're pretty tight with Grandma Sybil, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
You got a lot of practice time in during COVID.
Yeah.
So how old were you then? So COVID was in 21?
I was 5.
So you were 5, yeah. So you started bowling
when I was 2. When my dad took me with my great grandma Sybil when I was 2, and that's how I just started bowling.
Really? That's a pretty early start.
My first time ever bowling, I'm surprised I remember this. It was a really crappy day in Oregon, and we just decided to go bowling. It was rainy. It was just not a good day. It was raining. It was just horrible outside. So we went bowling.
So it turned into a good day.
Yes, turned into a good day.
So you got kind of hooked after that.
Yeah.
And then what happened? What happened after that? So how do you even bowl it to? I mean, were the gutters up or were the gutters down?
I had the bumpers when I was a little kid, but I don't use them anymore.
You better not if you're out there rolling 300s.
I wonder if anyone's actually done that. Used the bumpers and actually got a 300.
I have a feeling somebody did it. And I bet there was alcohol involved.
Probably. There's always alcohol involved in bowling.
Is there? And how old are you?
I'm 10.
You're 10? There better not be.
It's only with adults, okay?
Okay. I'm glad we clarified that.
Yeah.
So you kind of fell in love with bowling, and you kind of started racking up a list of accomplishments.
Yeah.
So now I know you didn't just turn into a prodigy bowler overnight. Kind of walk me through it. So I see how you got into it.
Yeah.
So then, and you got all kinds of practice in during COVID.
Yeah.
And then where'd you go from there?
After COVID hit and they were done remodeling, I still came back in and just practiced like 4 to 5 days a week. And just got better from there. And it led up to my first 300 when I was 9 years old, a day before my mom's birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, when you first started bowling, I mean, were you just naturally good at it, or did you kind of suck for a while and you had to get better? How did it go?
I mean, it was a mix of a gift from God and a lot of practice.
Okay. Because seems like there's an awful lot of people out there that have a lot of talent that don't go anywhere. But I think that you're a pretty good example that you got to practice.
Yeah.
How did you feel about practicing? Did you like, oh man, I got to go practice, or did you look forward to it, or what were your thoughts on that?
For bowling or just like basketball and football?
No, we're focused on bowling right now.
For bowling, I loved going to practice.
Yeah.
I still love it to this day. I asked my dad every day after I come out of school, "Hey Dad, can we go bowling today?"
Yeah. How often? How many out of 10 times that you ask? How many times do you get to go?
Say 9. I mean, I had my first day off in like almost 3 weeks on Tuesday. So I bowled every day for like almost 3 weeks.
So I grew up bowling too, but I wasn't very good. And I'm still not very good. Part of it is because I wouldn't have the slightest idea how to practice other than show up and just practice hurling the ball down the lanes. What do you practice?
Just shots. I try to bowl my best even though it is practice. And it's spares because I leave a lot of spares in 10 pins, especially on the synthetic pins. We have synthetic pins from 17 to 32. All those, I get a lot of bad carry, and I just have to work on the spares on that. And I usually practice like I'm in a tournament. And yeah, so when I am practicing, I still have that tournament feel and the urge to still bowl good.
Gotcha. So are you able to set the pins up the way you want to practice, or you always set them up 10 at a time and then you practice picking up whatever spares you leave?
Yeah. So usually in practice in bowling tournaments, like the practice before the tournaments, they just set 10 pins down and we either throw shots, or usually if you actually practice, you'll throw at a couple 10 pins, or if you're lefty, you'll throw at 7 pins. And that's usually, if you want to pick up your spares, that's how you practice.
Gotcha. So lots of practice.
Yeah.
And then you started traveling around. Now, was this in a league?
League is local. It's here at Lilac. Usually for tournaments, I travel around.
Okay. Well, I learned a little bit about tournaments. So I seem to be on a bowling kick lately because I learned a little bit about the tournaments with Eddie. So you started traveling around. And how many different states have you bowled in now?
Let's see. I've been to Kansas. I've been to Colorado. I've been to Idaho, Montana, Nevada, California, here in Washington, Oregon, and Arizona.
So you got some miles on.
Yeah.
All right. So you have bowled. Now, most people that have picked up a bowling ball have never bowled 300. And you've done it how many times?
6.
You've thrown 6 300 games. Now, for those of you who don't know, tell everybody out there what that means.
So getting a 300 is when you get all strikes in one game.
And how many strikes in a row is that?
12.
12 strikes in a row.
It's like having a perfect pass completion in football, or going perfect from the field, or perfect when you're playing basketball, you don't miss a shot.
Gotcha. So
big deal.
And you've done that 6 times.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about the first one.
The first time, it was with a pitch black storm bowling ball. And when I got to my last shot, let's just skip to the last shot. My dad was actually in the simulator room playing golf simulator. And he walks out of the room. And I'm like, Dad, come here. I'm like motioning him towards me, and he thought I wanted water. So he's halfway down the alley. I throw my shot, and my coach Eddie, he's trying to video the entire thing. And what does he do? He's so nervous. He clicks the video button twice and doesn't get the video. Luckily, we did get a picture, but yeah, he didn't get the video.
Yeah, well, luckily, you did it 5 more times after that, too.
Yeah.
So maybe we got a picture.
Yeah.
So then you've done that, and then you've had 800 series.
Yeah.
Okay, walk me through. Talk about that a little bit.
The feeling of having an 800 series first.
Well, what is it first?
Yeah.
Not everybody knows.
When you bowl 3 games, you have to average 266.6667 for 3 games. And yeah.
Okay, yeah.
What you have to average.
The 800 series to me is kind of like the 300 game. I've heard of it. Never done.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've had 3 800 series?
Yeah.
And was that in tournament?
One of them was.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you win that one?
Yeah.
I hope so.
My team won with. Yeah.
And how many different tournaments have you won?
9 nationally. I don't know. I don't keep track. So.
No. I see somebody threw a number out. I thought I heard 9.
Yeah, it was 9 nationally. So, locally, it's probably 15 in total.
Okay.
That's an estimate.
And then
I don't know.
You had quite the streak there for a while, didn't you? You kicked some booty over the course of 3 months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did it help you? Like, how is this going to benefit you in the future?
So youth bowling actually started a smart account. Instead of giving youth bowlers like plaques and trophies and all that, they started a smart account to where if you win, a certain amount of scholarship money goes in to your account, so that when you go to college, that you can pay for like MacBooks and all that. Mm-hmm. And if you actually end up getting like a scholarship, you can, if you have a sibling, you can give that money to your sibling and they can use it.
Okay.
So it goes to use either way.
So if you flunk out of school, somebody else gets it, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to flunk out of school, though, are you?
Maybe.
No, you're not. I don't think your dad's going to let that happen.
Maybe.
So how much have you stacked into your smart account so far with all of your national titles?
Just hit over $40,000.
That's pretty decent.
Smart account.
Yeah, well, if you keep cruising, you're going to have given yourself a full ride. Do you know what a full ride is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, very accomplished bowler, stacking the smart account, won some tournaments. So what happened after that? What'd you build?
I built a pretty good Instagram channel. I still build on my bowling game today. Still have to if I want to keep going with bowling. So
what's your Instagram account?
Gleason Garske G2 bowler, all lowercase and no spaces.
Yeah, kid. Okay, go ahead. So talk. Let's see. And you've got a foundation.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. How'd that start out?
So EKB stands for Every Kid Bowls, and how it kind of came up was actually pretty cool. So we were actually coming to the bowling alley, and my dad, it was about 5 or 6 months ago, my dad asked me, Gleason, what was your favorite memory in bowling? I was like, oh, it had to be getting my first bowling ball. I just remember the colors, the smell, and it was just so nice not having big chunks taken out of the ball, and it was actually fitted to my hand. It was just awesome.
So that was what it felt like to get your first bowling ball.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does your foundation do?
My foundation, we sell sweatshirts, and every dollar that we make goes to buying kids here at Lilac new bowling balls and bowling bags. So our first EKB recipients were actually Richard and Wyatt Murray. They were bowlers that I met, and we were just starting to kind of start that EKB and all that. So we were kind of talking to them. My dad was talking to their parents, and I come up to my dad and say, hey, Dad, are you thinking what I'm thinking? He's like, yeah. So we show up to league because they're in a different league that I am, but it's at the same time and in the same alley. And we got there at about 8 o'clock, and they come in. They were like, Gleason, what are you doing here? I was like, oh, hey, guys, I got a little present for you. So I led them over to their bowling ball and bowling bag, and they were just so excited and so thankful.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So you started this how long ago? Did you say 4 or 5 months ago?
Yeah, 4 or 5 months ago was kind of when we just started talking about it and trying to brainstorm on what we should do to give back to the youth bowling,
Yeah. Well, I wish I wish that that foundation had been around when I was bowling, because I know exactly what you're talking about, throwing junky balls down, watching them clunk down the cockeye down the lane.
The sound was just clunk, 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 and yeah.
So how long do you think you'll keep your foundation going? Is this something that's something you plan to keep for a while?
Yeah. We gave everyone here who didn't have a bowling ball, now they actually have the bowling ball for their youth league. They have their own bowling ball and bowling bag. So we gave back to here. So when we'll probably keep selling sweatshirts and all that. But I think what we'll do is have it go to travel costs, because kids try to raise money for Junior Gold, which is like a 12-day tournament, and it costs around $12,000 or so. So
that's an expensive tournament.
Yeah, very. That's just with all the hotels and meals and just the tournament.
Yeah.
So
how would I get a sweatshirt if I wanted one?
You would just either, if you were not in the Washington, Spokane area, my dad, he would message me on Instagram, and either me or my dad would message you back and ship you the sweatshirt.
Gotcha. So you think you'll keep doing this for a while? You think you keep doing it when you get in high school, or?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's a pretty cool cause. How many sets of bowling gear do you think you guys have given out so far?
We've given out 8 bowling balls and 8 bowling bags.
Okay. So ground level.
Yeah.
Nice. So you've got a little bit of ADD, don't you?
Yeah. I wouldn't say a little bit. I'd say a lot.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
I usually don't think about it. It's just like having a hint of autism, just not a lot. And it doesn't really affect anything. I mean, autism kind of does, but it doesn't do a lot. I don't think about it a bunch. And yeah, I just don't think about it, honestly. But I just can't sit still usually. And when my dad takes me to a bowling alley to watch him or someone else bowl, I just can't do it. I have to bowl for some reason. Well, I kind of know the reason, but yeah.
Well, you're very focused. You're very well spoken. So how does it affect you? Okay, you said it's difficult to sit still.
Yeah.
And you've kind of come up with some ways to deal with that, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So in school, whenever I just need like a break and I need to like move around, I can just go up to my teacher and ask for a walk. And it's just, I walk around my school and then I come back and then I'm ready to focus and learn again. So.
How often do you do that, if you don't mind me asking?
Probably once a day.
Yeah.
With a sub, it's probably 0 with a sub because they usually don't let you.
Oh. Is there any particular class that you decide to take a walk in?
It's just my main one. We don't have like different classes except for just the main class, music, library, and PE.
Gotcha.
That's all.
So, and then tell me about, did you say seeing red? Or
yeah.
Tell me, what is that?
It's just when I get super mad, I just go red. I just blank and flip out basically.
How so?
It's kind of hard to explain actually. Just when I'm bowling, I leave a 10 pin. I tend to get pretty mad, just frustrated. But I've learned this. I've been talked to about it. I just don't really think about it. I just go red. So, yeah.
So I can see it could be a little bit challenging sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, seems to me like you're doing a pretty good job.
Sure.
And I appreciate you sharing about that. What else? You got anything else that you wanted to share about your foundation or any of your other accomplishments, or what does the future look like for Gleason?
My future, I have 2 things that I really want to do when I grow up. It's either being a pro NBA player or a bowler. And if those don't work out, then I haven't thought about that yet.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Let's see, and then you had a little help along the way, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Tell me who aside from Grandma Sybil and your dad, who you mentioned, who else? Oh, and then Eddie.
Yeah,
who
Eddie.
Else? And tell me about Eddie. What's your relationship with Eddie?
Just when I was coming in with Grandma Sybil, he saw that I really had a passion for bowling, and his childhood, I heard, was he got to do the same thing, or he had someone at his home bowling alley who did the same thing that he does with me, and just he takes me under his wing. He took me under his wing when we were under COVID, and yeah, when they were remodeling the floors, he would just let me bowl, and we just got to know each other, and now he's my coach and
cool.
best coach in the world.
Yeah, he's a pretty good dude, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then who else do we have on Team Gleason?
Chad.
Chad?
He is the worker for Round Holes No Grips Pro Shop at Lilac Lanes. He drills all my bowling balls, and I couldn't be here where I am without him and Eddie. So,
how many bowling balls do you have?
8.
8.
Yeah.
Do they all have a purpose, or is it a mood, or
yeah,
what?
They have a purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 of them are strike balls. Not all of them are great bowling balls, but 5 of them are really good. My other one is my spare ball.
Your spare ball? But
actually, my spare ball is really good. I can throw it as a strike ball and average 2 something. On Wednesday, I bowled 14 games and averaged 239, I think it was, with my spare ball.
Just the spare ball, huh? What's the difference between a spare ball and a strike ball?
The spare ball doesn't hook as much as the strike ball.
Gotcha. Okay, sorry, that was a little bit of a tangent there. So Eddie and Paul, or Eddie and Chad.
Yeah.
And then who else we got?
We got Tina Blau, who, when I got my first Sanction 300, she kind of helped me and my dad fill out the form to get a ring. So she helped with that. Yeah.
So you got a ring for that, huh?
Yeah.
Smoking.
I haven't gotten it yet. We get it. I think I get it in like 4 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
I get 2 rings for an 800 and a 300.
Gosh. You gonna wear those to school?
Yeah.
You
definitely.
are? You are? Yeah. Hey, check me out. Check out my bling.
It's not gonna be like bling. It's just gonna be like a ring without anything.
I'm just giving you a hard
It's just gonna have like 300 and G2 on it.
That's pretty cool. And then you did a little work with John Stockton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually my basketball coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad, when he picked me up, when we got in the car, he was like, "Gleason, guess who just called me?" I was like, "Who?" And he was like, "John Stockton." I was like, "What? John Stockton?" He's like, "Yeah."
How do you know about John Stockton?
The John Stockton.
Well, he was playing basketball before you were born.
Yeah. I'm a big NBA follower.
Yeah.
So.
Who's your favorite players now?
My favorite players now? I love Jokic. I've met CP3. He's really good too. So, yeah. I like Giannis also.
Nice. And then, let's see, there was one, and was there Chris?
Yeah.
Who's Chris to you?
Chris Paul?
Mm-hmm.
He was my idol. He still is. I want to grow up to be like him, but reversed. I can be a bowler and have like celebrity basketball games.
Oh, I gotcha.
So I kind of want to take after him, but be a professional bowler and have my own celebrity basketball games because he's a professional basketball player and has his celebrity bowling events.
Gotcha. So with all the people in your orbit, how come he's the guy that you want to be like?
He's just a great person. He is a great person. I really like what he does. I forgot to mention Kobe. He's my favorite player of all time. I love Kobe. I love Kobe.
Gleason, what else you got for me today?
Just kind of want to talk about sports. All that. I play football.
Mm-hmm.
We have our first game tomorrow.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
So what position do you play?
QB.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yeah.
Yes.
My dad played QB at Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of get it from him.
How many years have you been playing football?
4, I think.
Okay.
I think it's 4.
So you play football, basketball,
bowling.
So what's cornhole?
Yeah.
So what's your favorite sport?
Bowling.
Bowling?
Definitely.
Yeah. Is that where you invest most of your time and love to practice?
Yeah.
Right on.
Basketball's got to be second. It's just below bowling.
Cool. Well, that's all I got for you. You got anything else for me?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you being on my show. It was nice talking with you.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you. I appreciate you bringing me on.
You're very welcome. You're a cool dude.
Thank you. You too.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
You too.
Well, that's it for this episode of Ty Bruner Presents The People We Meet. Thanks for spending your time with me. I got a couple of shout outs. First to J-Mac at Studio 42 for his audio mastery. I'm stoked to have him in my corner because, a lot of guys want him to be in their gang because he's pretty good with the bow staff. Next up, thank you to Heather at Ravenous Raven Design for my badass website, for spoon-feeding me all this new tech stuff, and for never losing patience with my endless questions. And to you, my listeners, you're the reason I keep doing this. This isn't just about hearing myself talk. It's about the stories, and it's about you. If you know someone incredible, someone whose story just has to be told, or if you just want to reach out and say hi, I'd love to hear from you. Hit me up at thepeoplewemeetpodcast.com or shoot me an email at ty.thepeoplewemeetpodcast@gmail.com. I want to know who you are and where you're from. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll catch you next time, and until then, party on and be excellent to each other.